Hey everyone, Midnight Studios 42 here. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, so today I'm gonna do something a little different. Today I'm gonna show you how to how I made my Finds a Phrase these plushies. Now, hold on a sec. So these plushies you see mostly in my videos, those were mostly made by me, but some were also from the original Funko franchise. Here's a plushie that I made, my custom Withered Bonnie plush. So you see, today I'm going to show you how to make the entire base for the entire plushie, but I'm also going to show you, but this is also another tutorial on one of my new characters that I'm going to be making, showing into videos. So as you see, what I normally do for my characters, I mostly start off with the base, which is the head and the body. The head and the body are made with the same material. Well, actually the same pattern. So that's basically the first thing. You just have to make two of the same pattern, depending on what type of felt you're going to use. And then finally, you make the hands and the feet. Once again, the hands and feet are also made from the same template together. So it should be pretty easy though. So anyway, before we start, I'm going to show you a comparison. So here's one. So let me grab something real quick. And I have plenty of characters to make. I can show you. So, I'll teach you. Well, I will not teach you how to make the Funko style plushies. So here's my Withered Freddy plush. Hush. Oops. And here's my actual Freddy plush. As you see, they are totally different. Different pattern, different shape. So yeah, just set them right there. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to make the base, and I will show you how to make, and then but also, so not only I'm making the base, showing you how to make the base, I'm also going to show you how I made my new character. All right, so let's get ready. Okay, everyone. So first, I'm going to show you the materials you're going to need for making a Finds a Phrase plush. Okay, so first is you're going to need to make the templates. So here are my templates. They are not official, so you may not be able to get them. So, but I'm going to tell you how I made these templates real quick. Okay, so here's the template for the hand, the template for the head and body, and the template for all of them. So the body is basically made out of, how should I say, I made this one after circling around, tracing a load of duct tape. It can be any size you want, and as long as it's long enough, like this one. Now this one I also use as well, measuring duct tape. I basically use the side, the width, and of how wide the duct tape is. You can make it as long as you want, as long as you're able to fit around this thing. And for the hand, it's actually pretty easy. It just has find a thread spool and then trace over it, forming a little circle. All right, so you have the pattern. Now, if you want to make like a full, if you want on any character to have just one color, then you need 2 sheets of the color you want. Now I'm using brown because as my character is brown. Okay, so there's that. And then you will also need some white felt for the eyes and teeth, and some black felt. And now keep in mind the white and the black felt are always going to be used unless you are, making other characters like my nightmare character over there. So anyway, Next, you will need a needle and thread in the color of your felt. You'll need a Sharpie to trace the pattern and draw some details. And finally, you need a glue gun. Oh, you will also need some scissors just to cut out your pattern. Alright, so those are the materials, so let's get started. Okay, so with using the scissors, as I had managed to cut out the pattern. And you should be able to have 4 sheets, each of these long ones. At least 4 sheets of the hands, and 4 sheets of the head and body. Now, what's next is the sewing process. So let's begin with the sewing. Alright, so you just saw that time lapse. I sewn all the pieces together. See, here are all the hands and the legs, and here's the 2 bodies. Now I'm going to use this one as the head, and I'll use this one for the body. So you basically, sewing them together is pretty simple actually. Basically just sew these 2 together. They're like this. Make sure the showing the threads on the bottom. Now then this one is covered in the top. And then, what you need to do for the hands, it would be this. Is take your needle and then do a running stitch all across the entire upper part of the hand. And then once it's done, just twist it and tie it off. Afterwards, stick them to the area you want and to sew them in, and sew them in. And now you see when dealing with the hands, and let me see if I can. Okay. So the head and the hands like that, and you sew the hands a little close to the head. And for the legs, you sew them in between the 2 areas like this. So you have one leg and the other leg. So make sure you sew it between those 2 areas. Yes. That today, I say I'm going to make a new character, and I will say in my character there will be I will tell you his name at the end of the video once I'm done, but I'm going to attempt to make his body a little bit more skinnier, like hold on a sec. Let me just like what I did for my Scrap Trap plush. You see, you basically do a running stitch all across as this part of the body, honey, and then once you're done, you just will tie it up with a blanket stitch. The blanket stitches are stronger, so you should be able to do that better. Oh, and by the way, you must use the ladder stitch when stitching on the head, well, on the pieces, because that's the best way to put them on. Alright, so I'm going to start with putting the things together, and after that we will start the gluing process. Alright, so enjoy this time lapse. Okay, so you saw in that time lapse I had finished sewing the entire thing. And I believe it looks pretty good. So, oh, by the way, I decided to remove that thread around the belly because I thought it looked kind of weird. Here for this guy. I actually, to be honest, it kind of looked a little better on Scrap Trap. Comment down below if you agree with that. But anyway, so now I'm going to start the process of gluing all the parts together. I got my glue gun, and I have my parts. Let me show you them. Okay, these will be eyes, and here's some teeth. Now there are some other parts right here, such as these, this small thing, and this small thing. I think there was another one here. I don't know where it is. I'll look for that later. Anyway, so afterwards, I'm gonna also add something else. A hat. I'll tell you the person's name, but I think you can kind of get an idea of who he might be. So yeah, let's get started with the gluing. And that, everyone, is how you make a Five Nights at Freddy's plush. So, here is the finished product. You saw in the time lapse that I also drew some details onto him. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but there are some whiskers and a line there on the muzzle. I drew in the eyes and the teeth. Oh, and you also saw something else. You see, this hat is actually from my Shadow Freddy plush. I'm sure you already saw by now that I put a new hat on him. It's a hat I made a while ago, so yeah, didn't really have anything use to it, but now it finally has a use. Alright, let me just get him over there. So, here is your my new character. They're fully made. Now, I'm going to tell you his name, and I will tell you he will be in future videos. So, his name is Anti-Freddy. Hey, remember that, everybody. Alright, this is Midnight Studios 42, signing out.